Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today, after 5 years and 9 months, 1,221 videos, my channel has 1,000 subscribers. And I just want to say thank you very, very much. So today I want to say thank you. I want to take a moment to say thank you to everybody I should say thank you to. I also really want to say thank you. I really want to say thank you. Also, want to talk about why I do YouTube and how I do YouTube a little bit. So let's get into it. All right. So first and foremost, everyone who has ever viewed one of my YouTube videos, everyone who has ever commented on one of my YouTube videos, everyone who has ever subscribed, everyone who has ever shared my videos, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. It is incredibly important to me. It is incredibly valuable to me. I don't take it for granted. It's really very precious to me, and this is a huge accomplishment that I absolutely, of course, couldn't have done without all of you, and I am very genuinely thankful. Thank you very much. I appreciate everyone who's ever watched one of my videos, everyone who's ever commented on one of my videos, everyone who's ever subscribed to my channel, and everyone who's ever shared my content. It is incredibly valuable to me. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. I have to thank a couple other groups. So this is incredible. I have to thank I have to thank YouTube. I have 1,221 videos that have been on YouTube for 5 years and 9 months. YouTube has never lost a single video. They have queued my video up to hundreds, to I think it's 180,000 views I have right now, to 100, at least 180,000 different unique views. And that's incredible. And they've done it all over the world. YouTube works incredibly hard. And I'm incredibly thankful for what they do. I am so thankful to YouTube for this incredible service that they provide for nothing. I have never paid a single dollar to host any of my videos, and I do not take YouTube for granted. YouTube is fantastic. They have made a wonderful, beautiful home for my content. It has been nothing but joy working with and dealing with YouTube, and I am incredibly thankful to YouTube. Okay, it's a big deal to me. I'm also a huge Google fan. Google owns YouTube, and I'm thankful to Google. I owe these companies for the service they provided me for no money. It's truly incredible. I am very, very thankful. Next, I am thankful to the companies TSR and Wizards of the Coast and they are the companies who have owned Dungeons and Dragons since 1974. Wizards of the Coast owned them in 1999, and today Hasbro owns Dungeons and Dragons. I'm thankful to all three of those. So a little bit of history for my channel. I started with Dungeons and Dragons videos. I did 700 videos on the topic of Dungeons and Dragons. The reason why I'm thanking them is I had 300 when I at the peak of my Dungeons and Dragons content. I had 300 subscribers. Thank you very much to every single one of my Dungeons & Dragons subscribers who were there from the very, very beginning. It's incredibly important to me. I have to talk a little bit about Dungeons & Dragons now because the thing is, Dungeons & Dragons has been truly transformative in my life, and it's been transformative for this channel. So I started playing Dungeons & Dragons with the Red Box when I was in 1982 when I was 12 years old. It utterly transformed my life. I had been a reader before that. My father had taught me how to read. My father and my mother had taught me how to read and shown me how valuable reading was. I fell into Lord of the Rings, like literally, like just fell into a rainbow. It was a dream, and and when I came out of that, I think for 2 or 3 years I couldn't find anything like it. And then I found Dungeons and Dragons, and when I found Dungeons and Dragons when I was 12 years old, I fell into Dungeons and Dragons again. It was just like falling into the sky. There was nowhere to go but up, and it had 3 rule books. And in order to play that game, I read close to 1,000 pages just to play the game, and then I would just read adventure module after adventure module after setting book after setting book after all these different things, and that set my vocabulary and my literacy for my life. And it also told me you are a world builder, and I've been doing that for my whole life. I build these intricate worlds, and my friends explore those worlds. And it puts me in a position of determining the politics of a world, determining the cultures of a world, determining the economy of a world. And Dungeons and Dragons is super important to me because it told me, you are intelligent, you are creative, you are artistic, and don't ever let anybody tell you different. And it set a strong vocabulary in my mind. It set a powerful literacy in me, and those type of things have made everything I've done, my bachelor's degree, my master's degree, they all seem trivial compared to building worlds for Dungeons and Dragons. So Dungeons and Dragons is truly a transformative part of my life. And I'll say this right now, my channel is about politics now. And I've been discussing deeply. Andrew Yang is one of the most transformative leaders I have ever seen in my lifetime, and I'm truly hoping I know he's going to make it to the presidency. I know this guy is going to be president, and I'm 100% behind him. But I have been discussing politics for probably a year now. Actually, I started in January, so it's only been a few months that I, have started talking about politics. But I can tell you right now, I would be utterly incapable of talking about politics if I hadn't spent time talking about Dungeons and Dragons. And the reason why is talking about politics publicly, which I think we should be doing. The public square is important, is a tightrope act. And if you do not know what you are doing, you will fall to the jagged rocks below, and you can skewer yourself. And so I learned an incredible amount about how to be respectful to small communities, large communities, how to deal with an international audience, how to be respectful in speech, how to be careful in speech, how to be appropriate in speech through discussing Dungeons and Dragons. Because I'm going to tell you a secret. Dungeons and Dragons players and dungeon masters are only slightly less volatile than people who discuss politics. So it's just, so I owe so much of my life's accomplishments to Dungeons and Dragons, and my parents bought me that red box when I asked for it in the 12th grade. My parents are hugely important and influential. Of course, I also want to thank my family, my wife, and my children who have been patient. We're going to talk about, they have been incredibly supportive, but we're going to talk about how I do my YouTube channel, and that reflects a little bit on my family as well. So we'll get into that. So let's talk about why I do my YouTube channel. So I've never made a single dollar on my YouTube channel. I am an amateur on YouTube. And I don't know if I'll ever make money on YouTube. And I actually am quite proud of this, and it's been quite freeing. It has allowed me to have independence. And I really like to be able to speak independently and speak freely and share my ideas rather than my patrons' ideas, which is, I don't have a Patreon. I've never gotten a dollar for anything I've ever said on YouTube. And I have no problem with that. I'm incredibly blessed. I have a very robust career in IT and information technology, and I really haven't needed it. So I really just enjoy this incredibly free platform to share my ideas openly, and it's been really freeing, and it's really wonderful. My point is, I don't do it for the money. So why do I do it? I do it for the communities. I do it for the engagement. I'm part of the Dungeons and Dragons community. I'm part of the politics community. I'm part of the American politics community. I'm part of the international politics community. I'm part of the Yang community, the Yang supporters community. And having these conversations with people and interacting with people and getting knowledge from people is so valuable to me and just so wonderful and so precious. And I can't thank everyone here enough. It is incredibly valuable to me, and I really genuinely thank you all for allowing me to be a member of these communities, right? And I want to be a respectful member of these communities. I want to be a beneficial member of these communities. I want to help others, and YouTube gives me that platform, and I really am incredibly thankful for that. So basically, the other thing is, this is really odd, but I'm going to share it with you guys. I have never met either one of my grandfathers. I've never met them in my entire lives, and I've never even seen a picture of either one of them. Not on my mother's side, not on my father's side. And it haunts me a little bit. And so YouTube has carried my, me, right? How I look, how my voice sounds, how I laugh to the world. And there are, it's on YouTube servers, and I guarantee it's on like hundreds or thousands of other servers at this point. And I really believe that my grandchildren and my great-grandchildren and my great-great-great-grandchildren have a chance at seeing what their grandfather looked like, what he sounded like when he laughed, what he looked like. They have some idea what he believed in, what he stood for. And I would give so much to even just see an image of either of my grandfathers. And so the fact that YouTube does that for me is incredibly important. So, and that my content wouldn't be carried the way it was if it wasn't for you, for every viewer, for every commenter, for every subscriber. and for every sub, and for subscriber, and it's hugely important to me, and I really want to genuinely thank each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart. And last, I just want to talk about how I do my videos. So you guys are so incredibly patient. So basically, my YouTube videos don't look like almost anything else on YouTube. I don't do any thumbnails. I don't do any editing. Right? I cut it and I put it up. That's it. Right? Like, and the reality. And so here's why I do that. Okay, I am a Christian husband and a father, and frankly, YouTube doesn't get in the way of any one of those. I refuse to allow it to. Right? So. So first and foremost, I'm like a deacon in my church. I serve in multiple ministries in my church, and first and every day I have to read the Word, and I have to pray, and be a prayer warrior, and I have to serve those around me as someone who follows Jesus Christ, and that comes first, right? That's above every single thing in my life, and so I can't do anything else until I've done that, and that takes the most of my time, right? Then I have a wife. My wife loves me and has been my wife for 28 years. And I have to make sure that I'm taking her on date nights, and that every day I kiss her when I get home and give her a smile, and that I'm kind to her and respectful to her every moment of the day. And that when I fail to do that, I go back and I fix it. I apologize. I do something extra to make up for the times where I fail as a husband. And she is the world to me. And she comes second. Right? Only God is before my wife, and my wife is, she is the most important person on this planet to me, and nobody even comes close to her, and I put her first, right? Then I have 4 children. I need to be a father to them. I need to teach them. I need to be kind and respectful to them. I need to fix times where I fail to do that. I took my oldest daughter to, we explored every inch of the Philadelphia Art Museum and every associated museum with it. My other son, we played, Magic for years. My son, we play Yu-Gi-Oh! I watch, K-pop videos with my other daughter. They come before YouTube. They do. So YouTube is what happens after I am done being a Christian husband and a father. It is the last thing on my list. And the fact that something that I spend the least amount of time on in my life, thank every one of you for clicking on a video that had no thumbnail, right? And clicking on a video that had no editing, and clicking on a video that took less time to create than almost anything you see on YouTube. I am 100% aware of the limitations of my channel, and the fact that anybody would engage with my content means they are truly engaging with the content, because ain't nobody coming for this, right? Right? And it's amazing to me, and the fact that people on my channel are talking about ideas, discussing ideas, being respectful to one another, and just talking about the importance of what is important in our politics. Who should be our next president? Andrew Yang. And what should be the shape of our governance? How should we treat each other? What are relationships between pop culture and music and politics? And the patience you guys have for the unusual ideas I have, and the really different approach I have to all of this is so wonderful and caring and kind and just giving. And I cannot thank each and every one of you enough for how you've engaged with me on YouTube and how special this is to me. I truly, truly appreciate it. Thank you to each and every one of you for what this YouTube channel has become, and for every single time you watched the video, for every time you commented, for when you subscribed, and for every time you shared my content. It has truly been incredible to me, and I do not take for granted even one element of that interaction. And I just want to say from the bottom of my heart to you, the viewers and the subscribers and the commenters and the sharers, to YouTube, to TSR, to Wizards of the Coast, to my family, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Take care.